Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you guys my Voidwalker build. Now I already showed you guys one a while back, which is basically just unlimited Nova Bombs. You can throw Nova Bombs pretty much every second. It was pretty crazy. But this build allows you to throw a reasonable amount of Nova Bombs, maybe like 1% less than that build, but also allows you to become the biggest damage dealer on the battlefield. Now right now I'm probably showing you guys just tons of clips of me just decimating people, and also showing you guys how quickly my grenade comes back. So in this one clip I'm showing you, I probably am rewinding it or something. I throw a grenade and then I shoot a couple enemies, like 5, and then I get my grenade back again. So this build is pretty crazy, but I'm also going to be going through like the build in its entirety and really trying to focus in on some things, kind of giving you an excess amount of information, but also telling you the bare bone minimum requirements for this build. And this build revolves around the Nothing Manacles and you being able to throw grenades pretty much every second, which is pretty great. Eat your heart out, Sunsingers. Boom. Real quick, guys, before we get into this build, I made this build because I didn't have a Gjallarhorn. I was one of those people that was been playing Destiny from day one and still hasn't got one to drop. So I love the Nothing Manacles and how they basically made your warlock grenades like Wolfpack rounds. But then good old Zerg sold the Gjallarhorn and I already made the build. But that's actually fine because this build now does twice the DPS, so that's pretty good. So it just does a boatload of damage. But anyways, back into the build. Alright, so the first thing you're going to actually need for this build is the Nothing Manacles. So these are an exotic pair of gauntlets for the Voidwalker. They're going to be affecting 1 grenade in the Voidwalker. They're going to be giving you 2 grenades. That's their special exotic perk. But also it gives that grenade the ability for it to track. Alright, so the second thing you're going to need is 100% discipline. Now, 100% is very important there. Alright, so hold up one sec. I gotta explain something to you guys because I don't want you to make the same mistake I did. Alright, so you're going to want 100% discipline. That's the other requirement for this build. Now, I say 100%. That is very important there. So how the leveling system works in terms of stats is like, how we have intellect, discipline, and strength. How that works is you can only have 100% of that attribute. And that only requires 275 points in that attribute, and then you'll be maxed. You'll be at your cap. Any more points into that said attribute will get wasted, so don't do any of that. I had the mistake that I thought if I had 400 discipline, my grenades would come back even faster. No, there is a cap, and you do not want to be wasting your points. So, boom. So that is the main thing you guys are going to be looking for is 100% discipline. Now, the other thing, this is going in order, by the way, from the most important to the least important. So again, Nothing Manacles, having at least 100% into discipline. And then the third is having one of these perks. We have Grenader, and then we have Army of One. Now, I would prefer Grenader for this build, to be honest, especially if it's spec for this said character alone, but Army of One is a good enough perk to settle for. What these perks do is Grenader reduces your grenade cooldown when you get a kill. Now, the keywords in Grenader is getting a kill. So all you need to do is get a kill, and then you'll get your grenade back. Now, for the Army of One, it says an unassisted kill, so you need to get that entire kill. Now, that may seem like, oh, that's easy. Not really when you're doing strikes and yeah, it's very easy for any of your teammates to just tap an enemy with like a DOT effect, like a damage over time, aerial effect or something, and then you just lose out on that grenade cooldown. So Grenader is perfect for this and is preferred, but Army of One will do. If you're having a ton of bad luck with rerolling, then absolutely go for Army of One. And there we go, you're set. That actually makes up the build. But before I go into our stats and I tell you guys what to pick from our skill tree, I gotta tell you guys some additional things you could have on your armor pieces and how you should kind of build your character. Now for me, I went intellect and discipline because I like my super and I also like my grenade build that we're making. So I have around 75% of intellect, which is a fair bit. It's enough. But if you really like the lifesteal that Voidwalker has, which is pretty shit, then go ahead and put it into strength. I would highly not advise it because, again, Nova Bomb, pretty great. So, yeah. Alright, so some of the perks you're going to want on your armor pieces are this one and this one. Both of them have to do with you getting your super back quicker. Now, the reason why we're trying to get our perks to affect our super is because we're pretty much taken care of with our grenades. That in itself, having that gun perk and then having the 100% discipline cooldown is pretty insane. So that's all taken care of, but we want to give some love to our super. So again, these 2 perks that affect your super, which is Inverse Shadow, I believe one is, and then another one is the same thing except it has to do with grenades. So whenever you get a grenade kill, you get your super back quicker. It gives you a chunk of your super back, which is nice. Your chest piece can have whatever guns you prefer on it. Again, only requirement is to have 100% discipline. All your other chest piece doesn't really matter. And also for your helmet, have either Inverse Shadow or the grenade perk. Alright, on to the Voidwalker's skill tree. Alright, so I'm telling you guys what to put your points into. Kind of, sort of. You only really need to put them into 2 or 3, and I gotta explain something in the way these perks work. Alright, so for our first perk, the grenades, we're gonna pick Scatter Grenade, because that's what the Nothing Manacle affects, and if you pick anything other than this, Just don't. There's no point. You're not gonna get any bonuses, and anyways. As of your flying mechanic, I don't care. Pick whatever you want. I prefer Blink, and also for your Voidwalker Nova Bomb, pick whatever you want. I pick Vortex, and for your melee augments, I pick Lifesteal. So those are the choices that I pick, but pick whatever you want. Same goes for your armor recovery and agility. Pick whatever suits the job, and yeah. Alright, so these are things you're going to actually have to put your perk points into. Annihilate is the first one. This increases your grenade's explosion radius, which is amazing, especially with our next perk that we're going to put our points into, which is Bloom. So Bloom is actually really amazing. It's a heavy damage skill. So what it is in its entirety is whenever you get a kill with your any of your abilities, which is grenades, melee, or a Nova Bomb, it will create an explosion from that enemy that you killed. It has to be a kill though, so just words. Alright, let me give you an example. Alright, so say there are 3 enemies, 3 hive, whatever. Now you throw your grenade. Now most likely your grenade is going to annihilate the shit out of them, but on the off chance that it doesn't, it is going to at least kill 1. We can kind of depend on that. So it's going to kill 1. That's going to set off Bloom, which is going to kill the enemies around it, which Bloom has a pretty good radius. And that's going to kill the friends near him, and then that's going to kill more. It's going to just make a chaotic explosion, enhance the damage of your existing grenades. So that's pretty amazing just for doing general crowd control. And then the Annihilate with the enhanced explosion radius, it's going to affect your grenades so that they definitely can reach a little bit more. Yeah, it's great. Just get the perk, damn it. Your other options here, I choose these ones just because I already get my grenade back more than fast, so I don't need to have them instantly back. But this build does help with that. So basically, the other build, the other points you can put into your skill tree that make your grenades come back really stupid fast. But again, they don't do the amount of damage because Bloom is a damage dealer perk. So you're reducing damage, but you get grenades more, which I don't think is a good trade-off. Anyways, but just in case you actually want to do this, here is the build you're gonna pick. I'm not gonna go too in depth with it. But basically it just affects energy drain, and it does take away Bloom, which like I said, Bloom is a damage dealer perk, so you're definitely going to want that. But what it does is it affects energy drain, which decreases your cooldown of your grenades, and then another perk, which is Embrace the Void, allows your grenades to apply energy drain, which decreases your grenade cooldown. So it brings your grenades back quicker, but I often found that I wasn't killing a lot of things, or as much things as I was, and that's because of Bloom. I mean, shit, that's pretty much the build. Yeah, go build it. That's probably going to be showing. I guess I could just talk and ramble for a little bit because I'm probably going to be showing you guys some gameplay in the background of this crazy build. Okay, let me talk about my favorite things about this build and why it's kind of synergized rather well. Not to like toot my own horn and be a douchebag, but just saying. One, it's really good for crowd control, so the Voidwalker still does rule that domain quite well. Because of scatter charge grenade in general, when you throw a grenade, your grenades are definitely going to kill whatever you're throwing at it, and then that will trigger Bloom, and that will just give you that much more damage, and also that much more aerial damage to be exact. So that's just insane. So any part where there's a bunch of enemies like bottled up, you just throw a grenade at them, and then most likely it will kill so many things that you get your super back. But also another thing that's amazing about the Nothing Manacles, and one of the things that they really helped, is your scatter grenade was probably the worst grenade to use when you're fighting a boss, because frankly enough, you only 2 of the little tiny like shattered grenade pieces actually ended up detonating. But with the Nothing Manacles, it tracks to the enemy, and all of the tiny little crystals end up blowing, all the Wolfpack rounds, I guess we could call them, end up actually detonating on the boss, which is just amazing. So this build is really good for tackling like a bunch of enemies, or just one heavy health enemy as well. What I actually run with this build is Galahorn, just to give myself even more DPS, and also I run the Dry Rot with Army of 1 and Stability, so it doesn't kick too hard. And either that Pulse Rifle or that Hand Cannon I showed you guys, either or of those, I love them both, amazing guns. And then as of my armor, honestly, I picked the one that looked the most cool, that gave me a lot of discipline and a lot of intellect, and boom! Voila! There's the character. There's the death monster that's able to destroy face. Now at the beginning, I mentioned the fact that I do believe this is better than my old build, the one that I said that, like, the bad juju along with Obsidian Mines, allowing you to Nova Bomb for days, because I think you get your super back almost as quick with using this build. And honestly, it's like having 2 Nova Bombs almost, except the Nova Bomb comes back in 5 kills of an enemy. Like you guys seen at that beginning, like, it's pretty wild. You don't notice it too much. I didn't notice it too much when I was building the build because it just kept gradually getting better until I actually was like, holy shit, I got my grenade back in like legit like 6 kills. That is amazing. Hey guys, me here in post, and I just got to tell you guys something that I forgot to mention, and that is just like my playstyle kind of tip, and that I kind of messed up on with this build, is throw your grenades, all of them. Because like I said, well, with the Nothing Manacles, I'm about to explain here there's like a glitch with them, a problem. Basically, just throw your grenades all the time. Make sure you have none left. That way, they regenerate crazy fast. If you don't, then let's just talk about the Nothing Manacles kind of glitch, if you will. Oh shit, one more thing I forgot to tell you guys, is it's really weird. For the Nothing Manacles, you get 2 grenades. So how I could explain it is you have your grenade, and then you have the Nothing Manacles grenade. Now, so that means you have 2 grenades. So your grenade is going to cool down quicker. So the Nothing Manacles grenade doesn't have any cooldown reduction on it. So for instance, if I throw a grenade and I'm looking at my grenade cooldown, it's going super slow. Now the reason why that is because it's not my grenade. My cooldown reduction for Discipline is not affected on that grenade because that's the Nothing Manacles grenade, if that makes any sense. But then again, if you just throw it again, you'll have no grenades, and then your cooldown will just kick in, and that's the actual 100% into Discipline. And yeah, guys, so that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the build. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the carnage that you were seeing with the build. And yeah, hopefully the gameplay is not too terrible, because this build is really good. I just may not have lined up my shots perfectly. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much gonna end it. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, my name is Frost, and if you somehow did find this video, and you're like, who the fuck are you? I make Destiny videos and just like general hype videos talking about games. I like games. I like to talk about like, oh my god, Mad Max looks fucking sick as shit. Yeah, Destiny Taken King. Woo. Not a very negative person. If you want that, there's many other channels for that. But yeah, that's pretty much me. And yeah, if you guys want to hit subscribe or like or favorite any of the videos, then thank you so much. I appreciate it highly. And yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching as always. And later, guys. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video again, and I just want to let you guys know that there is I made a gameplay video of the Nightfall, and it's me with this build, and it's just, destruction is not a good enough word to use to describe the video. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy, and maybe check out that video. Bye!